But I know that Ted Cruz doesn't scare me half as bad as Barack Obama did. And you know, the fact that he is unpopular with the establishment on both sides just makes the American people love him even more.
Yeah,
that's
he's
part of what
doing something right.
Yeah, that's part of his popularity is his lack of fear. When he knows he's right, he has nothing to fear as long as he knows that he is right on his principles, and he knows that because the man has studied the Constitution.
Now wait, are you saying? Let me get this straight. Are you saying he's a better constitutional scholar than Barack Obama?
Well, yeah, I'll say that. But to go further, he cares more about adhering to the Constitution. He doesn't see the Constitution as something to go around.
Man, my cat cares more about adhering to the Constitution than Barack Obama does.
You know, he doesn't look at it as an outdated document. He looks at it as the blueprint, which is exactly what it was supposed to be. That's what a constitution is. It is the blueprint for your government. And as it was written, as our Constitution stands, you know, today, it is still a blueprint for a small government country, a small government nation. That system of checks and balances was put there to keep government from getting too big for its britches. But when you just...
The Constitution was written to limit the power of the government, not the people.
Right.
And Ted Cruz recognizes that.
And
so
the
does
fact
Jeff
that,
Sessions.
And the fact that scares people like CNN and NBC and MSNBC and all them, that just knowing that that he scares the mainstream press as much as he does, that tells me we need to be paying attention to good old Teddy Boy coming up here in 16. Who knows? There's plenty of time for somebody to dig up some dirt on the man, and there's plenty of time for him to say something extraordinarily stupid that would, you know, ruin any chances he might have. But if he hasn't done so up to now, and they haven't found anything on him now, and believe me, they're a-looking, I don't think that it's going to be out there. But, I don't know. We'll keep our eyes on him. Moving on down the road, I can't let this rodeo clown thing go, dude. Yesterday, I put a little thing up there on Facebook, you know, and it showed a picture of somebody with a Ronald Reagan mask on, and showed a still shot from the Game of Thrones where they had George W. Bush's head on a pike, and there's this picture of this guy with a rodeo clown, you know, with a Barack Obama mask on, and it's like, you know, where's outrage for the rest of those? Where was all this outrage when somebody put on a president's mask and made him look stupid? You know, rodeo clowns, first of all, have been doing that forever. They've been wearing presidential masks and doing little skits out there in the ring forever. But all of a sudden in Missouri at this state fair, this rodeo clown dons a Barack Obama mask, and he's got this broomstick sticking out of his back. He was supposed to be like a scarecrow or a dummy in the skit.
Hey.
Yeah?
I have a question about all this.
Okay.
And this is important.
Okay.
All right. You remember when, Trayvon was killed? You know,
I do.
Obama, he was.
I do.
You know, that could have been me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, if I had a son, he would have looked like Trayvon.
Right.
All right. Now remember Sandra Fluck? When she came out, and then some mean old conservatives, I think Rush Limbaugh, when he said something nasty about Sandra Fluck, called her a slut.
Yeah.
President Obama, he called her.
Yeah, he did. He did.
To soothe her.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
when they had that incident with the white cop and the black man, remember the beer summit?
Yeah, I remember that.
All right. the president got involved,
Uh-huh.
who's going to call Barack Obama and put their arm around him and tell him how sorry they are that somebody wore a mask and made fun of him at the rodeo?
Man,
I mean, he has nobody.
I don't
man.
know. Valerie Jarrett might be the one.
It's tugging at my heartstrings to know that he has nobody to call him. Somebody, president. You think Vladimir Putin might give him a call?
He might. Somebody might let him cry on his shoulder. But you know what happened to this poor rodeo clown?
No, he's banned for life.
For
from
life.
State Fair in Missouri.
For life. No more Missouri state fairs for this rodeo clown. For life.
Because he dared make fun of the Prophet Obama. I mean,
yeah, the Prophet Obama,
President Obama.
Well, that's sort of that was sort of Rush Limbaugh's take on it. Well, Rush, you just tell him.
This Missouri clown situation is, folks, this is so out of hand and out of proportion, and I'm going to tell you what this is like. And I'm not going to pull any punches. This is no different than those countries reacting freakishly when there were cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad. That is exactly what this is. It is as though President Obama is a messiah or is a god, and this little thing that happened at the Missouri State Fair is a defamation, a denunciation, almost a religious sacrilege that took place. He's the President of the United States. They get made fun of. They get laughed at all the time.
Duh. I mean, my gosh. I mean, just in my lifetime alone, all right? Well, let's take it back. All right, before Barack, there was George W. Bush. All right, like I just said leading into this, they put his frickin' head on a pike, man. They used to burn him in effigy.
Well,
they accused him of
the TV
war crimes.
show.
Oh, yeah.
That's my Bush.
That's my little Bush. Yep. And it was not, putting him in a good light. And before him, Bill Clinton. Come on. Bill Clinton took a hammering, man. A hammering. Do you know
Phil
how many?
Hartman had him down pat.
Do you know how many Monica Lewinsky jokes there were out there? Give me a break. Before him, George Herbert Walker Bush. Saturday Night Live.
Would be prudent.
Saturday Night Live.
Dana Carvey.
He killed him.
Think about Gerald Ford.
Or wait now. Do this in order. Ronald Reagan. Did nobody ever make fun of Reagan? Ever? I mean, he was an actor, for Pete's sake, that liked jelly beans. And the left, the Democrats, absolutely hated him. He was another one that was burned in effigy, man. Before him, Jimmy Carter.
Not everybody made fun of Jimmy Carter.
That same rodeo clown, president mask skit thing, by the way, was done to all of those. And before Carter, Richard Nixon. You don't think Nixon got the rodeo clown treatment a few times? You don't think there was a Nixon mask in more than a few state fair rodeos?
Well, it's okay, man. It was Tricky Dicky.
Did anybody get, yesterday I had somebody say, well, what about what happened to the Dixie Chicks? Really? You're going to compare to the Dixie Chicks? You're going to bring up what happened to the Dixie Chicks in this. The Dixie Chicks went into a foreign land and spoke really, really badly about the United States while they were at war. All right. Now, even though the country didn't like it, there's still some country music stations that won't play Dixie Chicks. People stop buying their records. All right, that's called free market. That's exactly what that is. That is free market. But it does not. It never rose to. They said, well, they lost their record deal.
What did
no,
they
didn't
re-sign from?
Exactly. They didn't get re-signed by their record company because their record company was torqued off at them for running their mouths, and they went and signed with another record company where they are still making records. But they don't have their fame anymore because the market said, we reject what you said. Now, this is not something, this guy's not, this isn't a free market deal here. He's
is where banned for life from the state rodeo.
Yeah, for life. Did the Grand Ole Opry ban the Dixie Chicks for life? Did the Country Music Hall of Fame ban the Dixie Chicks for life? No. But not only did this guy get banned for life, but the president of the Missouri Rodeo Association had to resign. They've got a state senator that's calling for them to pull funding from the state fair because of this.
But you know why all this was so bad, right?
The NAACP has called for a Secret Service investigation and an IRS investigation.
That's right. And you know what? Look, you don't understand the damage that was done to President Obama. He was so upset that he forgot Bo and had to send the Osprey back to get him.
But see, this president has a hands-off by everybody. You're not allowed to say anything about the man. If you do, you're a racist. And that's ultimately why people don't like him. That rodeo clown did that because he was black. That's what they're going to say. That's what Al Sharpton's already said. That, they wouldn't have done that with a white president. They have done that with every freaking president, man, at least in my lifetime.
And before Barack Obama, they were all white, Al.
Yeah. You can't say anything about this man, or you can't say anything about his wife. Do you think that this country was easy on Hillary when she was the first lady?
Heck, this country wasn't easy on Nancy Reagan.
I was just finna say, Nancy Reagan didn't have it easy, man.
Or Laura Bush.
Rosalind Carter, or what's her name? Wasn't it Rosalind?
Rosalind, yeah.
Yeah, Rosalind Carter. I was a little kid. I remember people making fun of her all the time. But you can't say nothing about Michelle. No, you say anything about Michelle, you a racist. Remember when somebody said something, one of the, some comedian or something said she looked like one of the Planet of the Apes. And that poor dude ain't got to work since. But it was funny. I'm sorry, didn't have nothing to do with racism. Anything said about these people, you're racist. You can't talk about anybody in his family. Look, Billy Carter.
Oh, Lord.
What was Bill Clinton's brother's name?
Roger.
Roger
Clinton.
Roger Clinton. He had to issue a pardon for him. You remember everybody used to make fun of Billy Carter because he used to pee behind the service station?
Yes. Yep.
And he was known to drink him a cold beer. They even had Billy beer.
Well, that was Billy's own venture there. But don't you remember Gary Busey on Saturday Night Live doing the send-up of Billy?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's hysterical. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
But they act like Obama's the only president to ever suffer these things. But where was the outrage then? What is so special about Barack Obama that there is this hands-off approach? What has he done? What is
he won a Nobel Prize.
What policy has he done in this country where he has saved our nation?
He won a Nobel Prize, and he got bin Laden.
He won a Nobel Prize before he ever did anything. And SEAL Team 6 and the CIA had been tracking Osama bin Laden way before Barack was even nominated to run for president. He's done nothing. What, he gave everybody Obamacare? Really? Yeah, how's Obamacare working out? It's working out so well that they've had to delay part of it because of the train wreck that it's going to cause in this country when it comes into effect. It's so wonderful that Congress and their staffers are exempt.
Especially exempt, and Obama himself took an interest in making sure they were exempt.
Yep. On his watch,